subscribe to my channel, please hit the red button below the screen. In this tutorial, we are going to create an application that will let the user enter the number of miles he or she has driven and the gallons of gas used. The application will calculate and display the car's MPG. On our form environment, we are going to go to our tool and bring in label control. I'm going to bring in 3 label control. I can just bring in 1, copy and paste. 1, 2, paste. Then I'm going to bring in a text box control. I will copy that and paste to text box. Then I'm going to bring in a picture control that will display an image. So starting from the picture control, I'm going to go to image to import an image. You click on local resource, import, scroll down to the image you want. Click on OK. From the dock icon or the property picture tags, I'm going to change the size mode to center image. Then I'll click on the edges to increase it so that you can see it's like a logo showing MPG. MPG means miles per gallon. So I'm going to put it somewhere by the corner. Then on our first label, on the text property, I'm going to change that label tree to fuel economy application. I will increase the font size on font property. I'll increase that to 23. 23 is too large. Let's say 20. I'll change the color to this. Make that bold, italics, underline. Then I can increase the font to another font. I don't know if how does this font look like. It looks okay. What about this? This look okay. So in that case, I'm going to increase this to 24. Then I will drag this up here, showing fuel economy application. Then on our first label on the text, I'm going to go and enter the number miles driven. Then the second label will be enter the gallon of gas used. So I'm going to increase the font of these two. They're actually looking small on fonts. I'm going to say 10. Let's see, 10 is okay. 10. Then my text box are okay. So I'm going to bring in 2 other controls, or 1 control, but I'm going to copy and paste it. That is a button control. 1 button, copy, paste. Now the first button will be calculate calculate MPG. I'm going to increase that. And the second button will be close. That is to close the application. So let me arrange this. So this is just the form view application. I can decide to give my form a title by clicking on the form and going straight to text to where I have form 1. I'll change that to fuel application. I can also decide to change the icon from the icon. So I'll click on icon. If I have a little smaller icon, I can change the icon extension will be .ico. If I have that, I will import it and it will change the icon here. But I don't have an icon extension, so I'm going to leave that as it is. Then I can also give a background color if I wish. I can go straight to background color. System color. Let me see if I can see a nice color that I can. Dark orange. Nah. Okay, I can leave you like this. It's not that bad. So now my controls, that is the text box and the button, I'm going to give them an identity that I will use in referring them from my code section. So on the first one, I'm going to call that txt.mice. txt.mice. The second will be txt.gas. Then the third will be BNT or BTN MPG. The last will be BTN close. BTN close. So now we'll start coding our fuel economy application. So I'm going to double click on this. It's going to take me to the code segment from on the behind screen. I'm going to zoom so that you guys can see a clear view of the code section. Now on the BTN, we're going to write code. But first and foremost, I'm going to create some variable that will hold our information that will come from the front view, information that will come from my text box. So I'm going to go on this place, I'm going to create some variable named double. Since I'm going to be doing calculation, so I'm going to use double for my calculation. Double. I'm going to call a variable named mice. Then I'll create another double. Gas. Then double. MPG. So now we're going to actually do the code. Now the first mice is going to hold the information that is coming from the txt textbox mice. So mice is going to be equals to double dot pass. We're going to pass information from that text box, and why we are doing that is because the information that is coming from the text box is a string variable. So we're going to convert what is coming from the string variable to double that dot text, and we'll terminate that. Do likewise for the gas. Double dot pass information from our text view, converting to double dot decimal fraction. So it's a type of integer that comes in decimal number. So I'm going to pass what is coming from the string to a decimal. Then our MPG, what we're going to use in calculating our MPG is our mice divided by our gas. That is how you use in getting your MPG. Mice divided by the gas. And I'm going to pass the MPG to our output label. I didn't do an output label here. So I'm going to drag this to bring an output label, to our control environment. Now this label, I'm going to make it big so that we can see our output label. There won't be any information there. Then the font size is going to be 23. Then I'm going to remove auto, make it false. Then I'm going to give it a color so that we can see the color of our output information. I'm going to give it the same color with that of our label, the fuel economy application. The font size, I think that is that. I can as well give this a border style. I can say fix so that it will have a border around it. Then the last is our name. The name that we use in identify on calling it from the code section. So it's going to be LB output. You can decide to call the name you choose. It's actually user defined. So any name you feel like, you can use that. So I'm going to call that my output label.text is equals to MPG. MPG is already in double, so I'm going to convert it to string. So it's going to be MPG dot to string. Then terminate this statement. So what we have from our MP, after doing the calculation, it will pass our MPG to our output label. Then the last is the close button. And the close button is just simple, just say this dot close. It will close the application. You terminate that to close your application. Why is it not working? Okay. Dot close is to close the application. So we're going to run this little application and see how it goes. So click on my start. Okay, this is a little fuel and economy application. So the first information I'm going to enter on the fuel economic application is the number of miles driven. Let's say a particular car, let's say Mercedes-Benz, or let me use Mercedes-Benz, drive at a speed of mile at 360. Then the number of gas he or she use, let's say 16. And by the time I click on my calculate, I will have 2.5 MPG. So I can click on close, it will close the information. But I'm going to make this thing look beautiful. I want this 2.5 to be in the middle, and I'm going to crease it a little. So I'll come back to my application. On property information, I'm going to make my information or my text to be center on text align center. Then I'm going to increase this so that it can be more visible. Then which other information again? I think that is all. So save and run the application again. So I'm going to say enter the previous information. And by the time I click on calculate, you can see 22.5 mpg. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please hit the red button below the screen